about how to pick a mountain bike light. Now, mountain bike lights come in all shapes and sizes. There can be so many different variables to consider when picking up mountain bike lights. A lot of these tips can double over for road even. So in this video, I'm going to break down and shed light on the things you need to consider when picking up lights. So battery life is crucial, and it's probably one of the most important things to consider when determining which bike lights to pick up. You're going to want to pick a light that can last your entire ride, and that's kind of a no-brainer. But ideally, you want to be looking at the rated runtime for the light on high. Now, you're not going to be doing the ride on high the entire time. Depending on the lumen output of the light, you may be doing the climbs on low or even medium. And personally, I ride up the climbs on medium unless I know my ride is going to be less than the rated runtime on high. And if my ride is less than that runtime, then I'm gonna just go for high the entire time. So now, not all lights produce the same kind of light. Where they vary is in the beam angle. To put it in the simplest terms, lights are generally either a spot or a floodlight. Lights that are of the spot variety are generally great options to be mounted on a helmet, whereas the flood are generally awesome for being mounted on handlebars. Now, this leads us to our next question. Do you run one or two lights? This is probably going to come down to budget constraints. Personally, I totally recommend running two lights, a spot on the helmet and a floodlight on the handlebars. This gives you the ability to not only light your path ahead of you, but as you look around, especially in tight turns, now, if you can only get one light at the moment, then I recommend picking up a floodlight. So lights can put out a varying amount of lumens. Lumens are basically the amount of light that can be output. For instance, you have this light right here that barely puts out anything. And this one right here is rated for 80 lumens. Now, this 80 lumen light is only going to be good for making sure that other people can see you. And even this 80 lumen light is not enough. Next up, we have this light, which is rated for 250 lumens. And this is going to be good for some mild riding at night. Now, these lights coming up are the bare minimum I would suggest for trail riding. This right here is the Light in Motion ProViz 1000, which has 1,000 lumens of light. The brightest light I currently have right now is this Magic Shine, which does a whopping 3,500 lumens. For mounting the lights to your handlebars, you're generally going to see this style right here, and this involves stretching this bit and securing it to the bars. Magic Shine, however, actually uses a Garmin style mount to attach it to the handlebars, which is really cool. I do like that. And these Light in Motion lights can actually swap over to GoPro mounts, making them rather easy to mount to existing GoPro lights. Now, as far as helmet mounting goes, the existing GoPro mount option is generally the easiest. However, with most lights relying on this bungee style, you will often need to pick up one of these mounting straps. You can use these to mount through your vent holes on the helmet to attach this and attach your light. Not all lights are going to have a battery built in. More powerful lights like these right here are going to have an external battery that are generally bigger than the lights themselves. This light right here has a battery built in. Lights that have the batteries built in are generally ideal for being mounted onto the helmet, so you don't have to run a cord off the top of your head into a pack or a jersey. However, these lights can also be heavier than the external battery lights, and weight can be a rather large factor since it's going to be attached to your helmet. If you do decide to run an external battery style on your helmet, just make sure that the cable is long enough and has a small amount of slack. Now, a huge thanks to Light in Motion, Magic Shine, and Vaunt for providing me these lights. If you want any of the lights, there is going to be links down below. And yeah, real quick, hit that like button, subscribe, comment. This is MTB Rad Dad sign off. I'll see you next time.